Yes, I would. Now, since releasing his debut album in 2006, our next guest's reputation as a songwriter has gone from strength to strength, with his work being snapped up by a number of high-profile artists, including Rascal Flatts, the Backstreet Boys and Francis Black.
And now he can add Boyzone to the list, as his song Too Late for Hallelujah features on their latest album Brother, which shot straight to #1 in the UK and Ireland earlier on this month. And we're joined this morning by singer-songwriter Don Mescall, and we're very happy to have him here. Hello, Don. Morning.
Good morning. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you so much.
Now, you've been opening for Ronan Keating.
Yeah, I've been opening for Ronan. It's been I know Ronan quite a long time now, and it's been a lot of fun. It really has, you know.
Did you write a song for him with Randy Goodrum?
I did, yeah, all over again.
That's right.
Yes, thank God, thank you, Ronan. That was a pretty big hit, you know. So he's a great guy, and we have a great relationship. So it was really kind of him to ask me to do it. It's just a lot of fun. Gets me out of the studio, you know.
And do you enjoy doing big gigs like that?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, the bigger the better, you know. And his audience are real sort of, they're music lovers and they want to have a sing song, you know. So I have a lot of fun with them, you know, which is nice.
You've got the two careers going now. I mean, in terms of the songwriting, I've said to people here, and I've said it to you as well, there's two artists we feature on the programme regularly, Mick Flannery and yourself. And one or other of you is going to write a record that's going to change people's lives or sell 1 million. I suspect you'll probably be the one to sell the 1 million first. But I mean, and you worked.
I'm already there.
Well, you're there, exactly. You are. But you accepted that it was a craft, and you went to the home of it, Nashville, to further that craft. I mean, you applied yourself almost academically to it. But in tandem with that, you've got the solo career. So, which do you really want to have happen, or do you want it all?
I don't think I have to separate them that much. I mean, songwriting, I love songwriting. So whether I'm writing for myself or for somebody else, you know, I mean, I was saying to Sandy there earlier, it's just a bonus if somebody else covers it. I mean, I'll probably still sing it anyway, you know. I love, like, the Too Late for Hallelujah is a song that I really like, and I was excited when Boyzone cut it, and I think Ronan sings it really well. Like,
I've heard your version of it, and I would have said that had hit written all over it as well.
Well, thank you, you know, but I think Ronan brings something of his own to it, of his own identity to it as well. So, I mean, that's kind of exciting, and, you know, I don't separate them.
Do you get territorial over songs, though? Like, I know you make them to give them away, and often you write them for people, but when you hear them singing them, do you ever think, oh, God, not like that, I should have done
on the odd occasion, but I'm not going to mention the artist. You know what I mean? There have been a few times, all right. But generally, I think if it's a good producer, especially in Nashville, if it's a good producer, you know, the producer will kind of take charge, and he'll make it sound as good as a demo.
And you still spend an awful lot of your time. You're going to go back and spend the summer out there.
Yeah. I love it out there, you know.
Riding around on your Harley. He was just telling us about his Harley. He was mad for the Harley.
I love motorcycles, you know. My brothers are into them down in Limerick, and I just love them.
Speaking of which, I knew you had a big family, but I didn't realise there was 10.
Well,
11
there's 11 of us, yeah. 8 sisters and I have 2 brothers.
Jeez.
Yeah, and so it's and my mother, you know, my beautiful mother, whose birthday was yesterday. And she's fantastic, you know, she's a great lady.
But you have your sisters to thank for your record collection, don't you?
I do, because, you know, my older sisters especially, and my older brother Tom, they kind of introduced me to James Taylor, Crosby, Stills and Nash, Neil Young, you know, so I didn't kind of grow up with the whole kind of Irish tradition and stuff, which I don't know a lot about it, to be honest. But I think that really influenced my songwriting in a lot of ways, you know, because I was listening to American singer-songwriters, not Irish singer-songwriters.
And are they musical as well, down the rest of the family?
Sure,
Would they
you
play?
know, Teresa sings in the choir, and Jernan sings, and they all sing, actually, you know. My brother Tom sometimes comes to my gigs, and he sits up the front, but he turns his back to me, and he sings all the words of my songs. It's brilliant, isn't it? Only your brother would do that. You know, so.
Listen to me, in terms of writing, because you have applied yourself, you know, very seriously to the craft of it, and you write songs to fit in some cases. Is there one artist who you would give your left arm to get one of your songs covered by?
Well, it'll never happen. It'll never happen. No, I'm not going to say it, because it'll never happen. Because, I mean, my dream was...
Because he's retired now and he's hung up his big hat.
No, and it's not a guy at all, it's a lady. But my dream for years was with Rascal Flatts, to be honest, because I was such a big fan of the band.
So that dream came true.
So that dream came through. But I mean, there is one that will never happen, and that's Joni Mitchell. I mean, I'm the biggest Joni Mitchell fan there is, I think.
You love Joni Mitchell as well.
You know, so listen, the lady is, you know, she's an absolute genius.
Never say never, Don. Look at everything else that's been a dream and has come true for you.
Well, very true.
Best record ever written about the emotions in a confessional style. Blue. No question.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I've got Blue in the car. You know, I can't. I have to stop listening to Joni Mitchell. I have to stop myself and say, okay, I'm going to have a day now
listening to somebody like that.
Without her, you know.
But I mean, Don and I kind of correspond, and he sent me and I'm very privileged, demos of songs. There's 2 others. I mean, I've heard Too Late for Hallelujah.
You're letting the secret out now.
Also, Closer Than You Think, which I think is a magnificent song.
Thank you so much.
And Eyes as well, which...
Oh, My Eyes Open, yeah.
Is that going to be covered by somebody?
Yeah, well, Closer Than You Think, it looks like now, is going to be the second single for this artist, JD, which I'm really excited about. He's kind of Canadian Kenny Chesney. And My Eyes Open, I think you were about the 3rd person to hear it. So I throw songs at Marky so you get a reaction, see what the story is.
He's very honest.
Oh yeah, he's come back to me with, I'm not sure about that one. You know, but
well, I'm sure about those 3 certainly, and I'm sure about this. Now, this has been covered by Clay Aiken.
Clay Aiken did. Oh, actually, quite a few people have covered this song. But I mean, the relevance for this song for me at the moment, I've been singing it at the Ronan gigs, is I lost a dear friend a couple of weeks ago who I grew up with, my best friend, you know, for 17 years. Henry, and second next door neighbour, you know, and really tragic brain tumour. And
what age is he?
He was a young guy, you know, like 44, and it's really sad, you know, because I think he's a real lover of life, and he had so much more to go with, you know, in the world. So I've been singing this song at the Ronan gigs, and I've been thinking about him, and I just can't let it go like that, you know. He's still in my head very much.
What's it called?
There But For the Grace of God Go I.
Will you play it for us?
Absolutely. Some folks always get the rough ride, seem to end up on the wrong side. A constant battle just to survive on any given day. I watched a mother on my TV, hungry children that she can't feed. And I've got everything that I need, but that just don't feel right. I sleep safe tonight. Well, there's gotta be some rhyme or reason why we turn away and just close our eyes. If I could find some way that we could justify all of this suffering, there but for the grace of God. Sometimes it's hard to believe in truth that you can't even see, but faith holds the hope for this world. And I know there's gotta be some rhyme or reason why we turn away, just close our eyes. If I could find some way that we could justify all of this suffering, there but for the grace of God go I. So if I'm thinking it's a bad day, it feels like nothing's going my way, I pass a wreck out on the freeway, I pray that they survive, there but for the grace of God go I.